today's webinar. So Geoffrey gonna talk to us about the behind the scene of the NFT trading. So Geoffrey is a successful NFT trader and already make 5 figures in first month. And he also lead an NFT project, including mentoring and building a team of his peers. And he also experienced in transaction, merchandise and software and toys. So right now, let's welcome Geoffrey and to talk about, to do his tonight's webinar. Yeah, Geoffrey.
Okay, so welcome to this NFT course introduction. My name is Geoffrey Duan, and I will first just give a brief introduction of myself and some of my credibility, while also just telling you some basic guidelines that I want you guys to know about this new space, obviously cryptocurrency. So who am I? I'm a rising junior at Canyon Crest Academy in San Diego. If you guys are familiarized with San Diego as a city, I'm in the Carmel Valley area, if you guys know. I'm also a leader in the high school swim team. In my sophomore year, I was the treasurer of the high school swim and dive team, and I'm looking forward to becoming the captain and getting more leadership role as the seniors have left. I also do fundraising as part of the high school, and the first time I did a fundraising, I led $1,700 worth of money into the bank account, was 80 kids on the team, and that was 4 times what the previous 4 years of the high school swim and dive team did. So I'll talk about my trading experience. So I mainly resold 4 different types of things, including bobbleheads, merchandise, softwares, and NFTs and crypto, which is what I'm doing right now. I also did some side hustles, such as flipping Instagram handles and also trading some in-game weapons, CSGO knives and other things. So I'm a very versatile trader, I guess. So talking about bobbleheads, if you guys know about the Funko Pops, maybe you guys have seen one of these before. I was influenced by one of my middle school teachers that traded one of these, and my middle school actually had the owner's daughter going to my high school. So I was, I guess, influenced because they donated a lot of money to our school and also gave us a lot of free Funko Pops. So I was immersed into this culture. And some stories was that me and my friends, when we were 12 years old, we were just camping at 5 a.m. in the morning, driving 30 minutes up to the headquarters and just buying these Funko Pops and reselling for a $30 profit. But at the end, we were able to make a lot of money. Then using this money, I was able to transact merchandise such as streetwear clothes such as Supreme, and also buy a lot of shoes because I always looked up to these influencers and all their new shiny designer clothes, and I always wanted to wear one of these, and my mom wouldn't buy one for me, so I had to make my own myself. And then when I was buying and selling these clothes, I realized that they were so limited edition and so rare to get. I also needed to get softwares, which is basically bots that transacted deals and went through the back end of these websites and connected with the payment processors such as Shopify and Stripe, if you guys have heard of that. And through that, I also learned the market manipulation within the tactics of these softwares, as a lot of these influencers pump and dump these softwares to make them go up in price right before a sneaker drop, because that's when the bot is the most wanted, as people want to buy and sell the sneakers and need a software. So as I built a community within the software business, I was able to get easily influenced into NFT and crypto space, as that was the next sector that I wanted to make money in. With my community of friends within the reselling business, I actually created my own email business and I operated it for a couple of months. And I also do food drives on the side. Over here are pictures of me and my friends and a picture of me at El Salvador. So here are some accomplishments I have in NFT for my credibility. I've been trading NFTs since last Thanksgiving, and during the first month, I made 5 figures, which I would share more about the experiment later. I also led an NFT project, mentoring and building a team of my friends at my local high school, where I pitched an idea and actually got first place within my school. And I was able to influence a bunch of my friends to hop onto NFT market, and they all have success stories and they made a lot of money. I also sold 8 NFTs for over 1,000% profit. I made 1.5 Ethereum. Back then it was $4,000 per Ethereum. So that was a great accomplishment I have. I also have experience with real life Bitcoin application. As I just mentioned, I was at El Salvador recently, and I have a bunch of connections with celebrities, professors, and business owners as I travel around doing trade shows all the time. So up on the corner, there's a picture of me and Kimball Musk, which is basically Elon's little brother. So that was pretty cool. And I had some meetings and talks with him backstage. And here's the video of me at El Salvador using Bitcoin. Right now, we're gonna try and get a private lesson. So we're gonna use a wallet again, and he already has a preload. He has a receive button set up, but I'm just gonna scan the QR code. We got his address. The private lesson is $40 for an hour. So we're just gonna click next. And then we're just gonna click confirm payment. Right now, we're gonna try and get a private lesson. So we're gonna use a right now. We're gonna try and get a. So that was a fun experiment that I had within the NFT space, and here are my future activities I will love to continue. I'm building a crypto community for my for high schoolers, which I'm actually creating a crypto club within my high school, and I want to expand further within the high school and try to diverse and get more people into the crypto space nationwide. I'm also working on creating new NFT collections as I'm talking with influencers and talking with my community of friends and trying to spark a new innovation. I'm also working with a bunch of business that are participating in the Web3 movement overseas. Just yesterday, I was with a call with a Chinese company about an in-person wallet, and we were just discussing some of their possible plans in the future. I also enjoy writing blogs regarding the NFT space. And since I'm still in high school, I'm still enjoying the process and learning each daily and making new friends. So over there is just a picture of my blog, and down there is just a picture of me and my friends just goofing off and doing an NFT project together. So I want to have you guys get exposed to what crypto and the blockchain is. So most blockchains are decentralized. The difference between decentralized and centralized is that decentralized means that there is no central authority in charge of everyone's power. So for example, right now the United States is centralized, right? There's a president, there's Congress, and there's also the judicial branch. But within the blockchain and decentralized matters, everyone has their own say, and there is no unified power within each other. So I want to spread out the word blockchain. Blocks means it's a data of the transactions happening, and chain just basically means that it's linking all the blocks together. So I want you guys to understand this because the blockchain is decentralized. How would you make sure that scams aren't happening? Because there's no one that is centralized as power, you need proof, right? So these blocks are basically all the transactions happening, which is just the proof that someone's transacting, and all the data blocks are legit and they're not just fraud. So all of these blocks are getting mined by these crypto miners, right? And these chains just link them all together. And this is how the blockchain just works as a whole. And since crypto is regulated, we need to have these evidence, or else the blockchain will fall apart and loses trustworthiness. So why are we making such a big deal out of the blockchain? Why is everyone just thinking and reading about and trying to get to know blockchain better? So it is really important because it publicizes all information. Like I said before, because they leave proof behind and make sure that none of the things that are being, none of the transactions are manipulated and fake. They publicize all the information publicly and you can see it yourself. So if I wanted to send my friend $10, that transaction is actually noted on the blockchain system and people can go back and trace it. And we can also trace back all the scams that have happened, like all the people getting their money robbed away and where the money has been deported into which wallets, and the blockchain can take, the blockchain developers can take into effect of where to check. 2, it never edits anything. Like I said before, all the information is posted and all the transactions can't be reversed. So that means that in order to legitimize its technology, they can't edit anything, or else people won't trust into their blockchain technology and stop using and trusting and buying their tokens. Number 3, it provides information for anyone interested, especially new blockchain created such as Ethereum. They publicize all their codes. So anyone that is interested enough, you can create your own NFT project, you can create your own token and all of these things. And even if you want to create your own blockchain, it is really easy to do. And that just provides a new generation a lot more tools than before, and they can start building projects on their own. Number 4, it creates anonymity. So that just basically means that the people can't be traced of what they're doing. I guess there's downfalls and upsides to it, as some people want to be private about what they transact, but also it helps criminals get away really easily, as their payments can be tracked and no one really knows which wallet is the person's wallet in real life, I guess. And number 5, transaction can't be reversed. So that just means that scams are less likely to happen because people are more afraid of losing their money and possibly not getting it back. And also centralized power can't be part of fraud, as some companies, I guess, some countries, I guess, and companies that are centralized banking, they can take away all their money and this transaction can be reversed. So within a decentralized platform, everything's can be reversed. So I guess the power goes to the people, and it creates a trust within the community of people investing into the blockchain. So since I talked about how crypto payments weren't reversible, scams happen a lot, and it is very important to stay away from scams because then you won't get your money back. Scams happen everywhere, right? Like either you have your credit card stolen and someone wants to try and buy some expensive clothing, and your bank probably wants to help stop it, right? And these scams will obviously happen within this new space, as a lot of people are just getting into it. So I want to protect you guys from getting your money taken away that you work so hard to try and earn. So during May, 70 NFT projects Discords were hacked. And if you look at the picture above, that is a tweet by the Bored Ape Yacht Club project, which is talking about how they lost 200 Ethereum basically because of a simple mishap between their team. So how these Discords are hacked are basically these NFT projects, they create their own Discord servers, and they also they hire a lot of people by managing the Discord, and also to create hype within the NFT space so that they could get recognized and people will invest into them. And since they have staff members that keep the Discord clean by preventing scam links happening and also just creating a safe environment, these people that are community leaders get their Discord account hacked by these scammers, and these scammers post phishing links within the NFT server, and I guess a lot of people fell for it, and about 200 ETH got depleted. And this happens really frequently, and especially in really expensive NFT projects where the Bored Ape Yacht Club, it has around 250,000 members within their Discord. So the chances of someone within that group can easily just click on the link and just lose all their Ethereum. And down here is a picture of me personally getting a scam notification as a direct message on Discord. So I just want to let you guys know, to prevent the scams to happen, you need a secure Discord account. So maybe have another authentication app for your Discord account, and also just don't click on any untrusted links. And normally, if something's too good to be true, it normally is. So just trust your first instinct and just don't be oblivious and just lose your money. So I want to dive into what are NFTs. So NFT stands for non-fungible token. So I want to explain the difference between non-fungible and fungible token. So fungible means that the asset is worth something always. For example, USD. USD right now is equals to 1 euro, euro currency, right? And it also is worth something in the Japanese currency, where it is how much within the Chinese currency. So it always has a value. But non-fungible means that whatever happens, it doesn't have I guess a stabilization of it being worth something. So someone could say a non-fungible token is $0, and if no one wants to buy it, it is worth $0. But if someone claims that the fungible token is 160K, such as a Bored Ape, and other people are buying it, that just means that it is worth 160K because other people are paying that. I guess that is just the risk factor of NFTs, because your thing could be worth nothing and your thing could be worth so much more, just depending on how much other people evaluate your NFT. So NFT revolutionized the cryptocurrency because it allowed other people to turn anything digital into an asset. So NFTs have so much different variation. It could be someone's hardworking painting that they have spent their entire life drawing it. It could be someone's music. It could be just a random stupid picture of a monkey or anything, or it could be like a metaverse collectible within the NFTs, and then that could be turned into an NFT. So that just gives so much freedom within the blockchain, and also revolutionized the blockchain technology, because as the leading cryptocurrency, Bitcoin doesn't have that function for NFTs, and it's only because of Ethereum that people start building and revolutionizing the cryptocurrency that it started getting popular, and now it's just a new norm for the cryptocurrency community. And this is worthwhile because this just shows that anything could be turned into token, and a lot of people believe that tokenomics is going to be the next trend, next big thing within the whole entire world, as people can turn anything into a token. and also stable coins and other types of coins are getting risen into popularity. And also, you might be wondering, why can't I just screenshot an NFT? It's all digital, and why would I just waste some money on it? So purchasing an NFT grants you the ownership. I guess a common analogy is like, if you look at the Mona Lisa, right? If you just take a picture of the Mona Lisa, do you actually own it? Not necessarily, but because you have the actual NFT, you have the ownership, right? So you can receive benefits such as utility and the price changes. So if the price goes up, you can sell for a profit. If it goes down, well, I guess you just lost money, but it's your asset. So utility NFT, what is utility? Utility is basically the application of the technology. Since there are so many different types of NFTs, such as the music one I was talking about, stupid profile pictures, such as the apes, and then just there's a lot more, and such as like a stupid picture of a person's tweet that could be considered as an NFT. So since there are so many different NFT, the main ones that you want to invest in is the ones that have utility. And utility basically just gives you special privileges, rights, or rewards. So I'm gonna just use one case study, which is the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is one of the most staple and one of the blue chips of the NFT market. So over here, if you have the original ape, the white hair ape, you're able to get access into these ape coins, which is another part of the cryptocurrency. So it's just like a tokenomics. And if you own this Bored Ape, you are able to get around 9,000 of these coins. And if you look at the chart below, right now it's about $4, but at the peak point of the coin, it was actually $23. So you are able to make 9,000 times 4, or however much your coin was evaluated. But that is one of the rewards that you get as an NFT owner. You don't get it by just screenshotting the NFT. If you own that NFT, you're able to get this exclusive benefit. And also, you get invited into special parties if you're an ape owner. Recently, there was a convention called NFT NYC, and people that own an ape, they were able to go to a festival called the Ape Fest. And over there were special parties like meeting Lil Baby, a popular rapper, and also the network within the community is insane, as everyone's obviously rich, and you're able to get so much opportunity and just networking just by owning this ape. And also, this deformed ape that you see on the right of the white ape, that was basically one reward that the ape got, because if you had the original ape, you basically received a new ape, and that new ape, it could be transacted and you could sell it on the secondhand market. I guess it's just one part of the utility that the project owners wanted to give back to the community. So I want to talk about NFT trends. We are still super early within the blockchain technology. Bitcoin was just invented 2008, and Ethereum was created like 2017 and 2013. But then the first NFT project happened 5 years ago called the CryptoPunks. And back then everyone didn't understand it. And now we're only getting traction a couple years later. During like 2021, that's when everyone started hopping onto the NFT trend. But that just means that the technology innovation are endless. So some of the trends that happen are basically breeding innovation, which basically if you have 2 NFTs of the same collection, you're able to get a new NFT, which I talked about before. It was the apes. There's also exclusive games that you can play if you have an NFT, such as a player versus environment game, or a game where you play to earn tokens. And there's also a lot of just trends, stupid trends like a troll project, and that just kicked off the whole entire bull market. And just anything innovative within the NFT space, it gets a lot of traction. So I just wanted to specify why it's so important, because it is really, really beneficial to spot the original pioneer of the NFT space, NFT trend, because that project normally will skyrocket in price. One example is the dinosaur I have on the right. This project is called Kaiju Kings. And what they did was because they create a tokenomics system that the owners will get if you basically put your NFT off of sale. So that process is called staking. And if you just put your NFT off sale, you're able to generate a bunch of tokens each day. And that token is worth what other people evaluate it as, but you receive benefits, right? And they also added new benefits such as getting a second baby dinosaur that you're able to flip for money. And basically how this token works for the Kaiju Kings, I want to explain, is that they have a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization. I guess that's a whole nother subject, but it's just like an organization, but everyone has an equal say in it, and they get to vote on the NFT projects that they get to buy other NFT projects, part of the funds of this Kaiju Kings money, I guess. It's kind of hard to explain, but it is really interesting to see how just new innovations is happening. But the token basically just fractionizes how much the NFTs they invested are. And because of NFT trends, there are a lot of copycats within the space, and people just want to jump in on the trend and try to get people to do the same trend and hop in and try to just capitalize on the 2 to 3 weeks that this trend will happen. So over here on the bottom right, this is like a troll, and this NFT project is called the Goblin Town. So a month ago, this project just released as a troll, and it was a free mint. So everyone that wanted to get it could get it for free. And this project just basically rose in up all the way up to 8 Ethereum. So that just shows how volatile the NFT market is. And this is basically, so currently the trend right now is just free mint, and a lot of people are just benefiting off of free NFTs. So how do you get started? So information is everywhere on the internet, right? At this day of age, you can learn anything on your own from YouTube or through social media or through just popular influencers or just textbooks, right? So such as learning skill sets such as trading stocks or just learning basic code. So there are many manipulators within the NFT space as genuine promoters. So I want to help you guys because I want to teach what I learned within the NFT space, and I want to help you guys understand the crypto ecosystem better. And I also want to share what mistakes I've made. Over here on the right, that is my first project I ever flipped, and I was able to buy 9 of these. And I sold really early on because I was pretty inexperienced. I still was able to make a comfortable amount of money, but I sold them for 0.25 Ethereum each for all 9 of them. But now, if you look at the project, it was actually 1 Ethereum each. So that is quite a big gap, and I probably would have made like 20K more. And I want to help you guys start from scratch, especially for young kids like me. We don't have a lot of money starting off, and I personally only started off with $400. It's still a lot, but I was able to work my way up to a pretty high net worth within my high school friends. And I also want you guys to get exposed to places where I get information all the time, and I want you guys to like constantly learn, because this is what drives the space. As I'm constantly learning about more stuff within the NFT space that I possibly would have not understood. Like yesterday, I was researching how the different wallets works. Like there's cold wallets and hot wallets, which is just a whole different application within the crypto space and market for people to spend money on. So my methodology of teaching is I'm an applied practitioner. In my course, I would love to give you guys first the crypto information groundwork. I want to get you exposed about how exactly the technology works, how the mining works, how different aspects such as the DeFi aspect, which is decentralized finance, the social fi, and the metaverse, and also like gaming financial innovations. And all of these are all just part of the cryptocurrency technology, and they're always getting built on constantly. Then I also want to teach you guys more about the scams that happen within the NFT space. The Discord scam was just one tiny aspect of all the NFT scams that could happen. There's pump and dump schemes, there's market manipulations, there's gas wars, and I personally lost a lot of money that I should have saved just because of the scams, and I was not careful, and I wish someone taught me how to stay away from these scams and just like not make irrational decisions. Then I want to teach you guys how I personally made so much money off of flipping NFTs. I want to give you guys past examples, present examples such as the one I just gave, like Goblin Town. And also I want to help you guys get exposed to future projects that you guys can immediately start grinding and try to get in on the NFT space if you guys would like to. Within my course, I also will give you special benefits. I'm gonna give all the students access to NFT trading tool that I personally use to buy and sell NFTs and snipe some NFTs off of the marketplaces, which is another one of the tactics I will teach. And also I'll have prize money to engaging students. I also talked about how I had a big community of friends that I discovered within the NFT space. So I invited 3 of my friends to have live interviews with us. First, I have a friend that is a CS major at UCSD, and he's actually creating his own NFT marketplace. The second interview will be a reseller, a middle-aged reseller based in Japan, and he will talk about how he balances his family life and also being a crypto degenerate and spending so much time buying and selling NFTs, and how he was able to use a more mature mindset and invest more safely than our younger generation, because we're more risk taking than him. Then we have a live, I'll have my friend from Berkeley that is actually a CS major, and he's working at a Web3 security company right now, and both me and him will answer any of the questions that the students will want to ask. So I want this course to be fun for the kids, and it will be personalized for you guys. So I want you guys to ask me any questions that you guys have, and I will help you answer them, and also spend time outside of the course and try to just like research your guys' questions. And next session, we'll just talk about it and just have a fun conversation. I just want you guys to know that, like, to not be scared, because I'm your friend basically, because I am still in high school, and I believe that in order to have the most educational talk is to have a face-to-face conversation, well, Zoom to Zoom interactive conversation, because that is how you guys get intrigued and you guys will get motivated to learn more. Because if I'm over here being really egotistic and commanding you guys to do stuff, you guys obviously won't learn as much. And I just wanted to share you guys my personal journey and how you guys can all get started. I benefited so much by creating a community of friends, and I can call these friends my brothers. They can help me whenever I want something, and whenever they need something, I always help them. And it's just a good opportunity that I think high schoolers should have, to have a community online. So the main objectives I want to teach within this course is to obviously trade like a pro in the NFT space, join a crypto community at the end of the course, so you can get exposed to learning more about the crypto space and learn to invest into the space. And I want you guys have confidence in investing safely, because there's so much scams going on, and I want you guys to be proud of what you learn and try to apply it in real life. And I also want to intrigue you guys to get to understand the technology more, as crypto is still so early in its development stages, and this could definitely be the next big thing or next big sector within the market, such as how in 2000 it was internet companies that got a lot of hate, and now look at us now. The internet space is literally covered with, everyone's into the internet space, with everyone having social media, everyone having phones. This is just a Web 2 movement during the 2000s, but since this is going to be the new movement, which is a Web 3, which is NFTs, blockchain, and DeFi. And obviously, I want you guys to earn some money. As a high schooler kid, your parents probably won't let you spend money on lavish gifts that you want to buy yourself or anything that you want. So having a skill set to earn money, I think that is just a great, fun experiment. So here's a course agenda. And on the first day, we'll first provide the basic background of what are NFTs and the technology. Then we'll talk about the real world application, which is basically all the different types of utilities, and also the future for NFT and crypto and things to look out for. These first 2 days are me giving you guys a layout in the background. So when we dive into the trading aspect, you guys won't be confused and don't understand what's going on. And then I'm first going to teach you guys how to stay safe within crypto and teach you guys all the main scams and how to just invest responsibly. And then on the second to last day, we'll teach you guys all the tricks and tips and tricks of trading, such as gas wars, winning gas wars, trading derivatives, trading OpenSea, which is the marketplace, and just like different types of sniping. And on the last day, we're just gonna learn about the different types of jobs, have interviews that I mentioned before, and just have a good, fun session.